Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you? This is Ella.
Hi, Ella. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. How's it going? How's it going, my love? Where you from?
Oh, go ahead. Florida.
I'm not hearing you. What did you say?
I'm in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, okay, you're in Tallahassee. Can you hear me good?
I can. I'm actually at work. So I was walking around the corner because I'm in a cubicle farm. I'm just stepping to get somewhere outside.
Okay, so
Pretty
let me
quiet
know
at work, so I'm
when
gonna.
let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I just had to step out. As soon
Okay.
as you go.
Okay. All right. So, have you ever received a psychic medium reading before? Should I explain to you how I conduct sessions or?
Well, I've actually received one from others. This will be my first with you.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay.
So I can assume they pretty much the same, but I don't want to be presumptuous that
Right.
You operate the same as other people.
Yeah. Well, if it's a psychic medium reading, it's basically channeling. People are channeling information from the spirit realm. So it's similar. It's similar, but some people see spirits, some people hear them, some people feel them. It just depends on the person. But me specifically, I would rather see your ancestors, or I would hear your spirit guides more so, and that's how I'm able to deliver the messages to you. Now, one thing for sure, I want you to understand that your spirit guides are going to tell me things about you that happened in the past, present, and future tense. Anything that might be affecting your spirit here on out, that's what they're going to bring up, because again, spirit guides only guides the spirit. It doesn't really deal with the physical realm. That's what I have to begin to tell people. Most of the time it doesn't deal with the physical realm. It deals more so of what's affecting your spirit. Okay, my love?
I feel it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. The first thing that's coming up with you, there's two different colors that's coming up. Well, rather three they're showing. Everything is coming in three, they're saying. Threes, threes, threes. The color white is coming up, the color brown is coming up, and the color purple. But it's not more so of a purple, but it's like what is it? Violet? What? How you pronounce that one? Violet?
Yeah, violet.
Yeah, violet, purple.
Violet.
Yeah, that kind of purple is coming up. So it's more so like in between. And then what they're also saying is balancing the right and the right brain and the left brain. So I'm feeling more so. What is your sign?
Well, on the Vedic is Pisces and the Western is Aries. I'm on the cusp. I'm like right in the middle.
Oh,
March. Sometimes I feel that way.
Oh, you feel that way, right? Like balancing both minds. So now let me explain to you in this way. So what they mean by, so then I'm assuming what they're saying is because you identify with perhaps both Aries and Pisces. Pisces is represented as the right brain, and then Aries is more of the aggressor, more of the masculine energy. So then that's more left brain, that's more mental, that's more passion, that's more outgoing. While, boom, on the other side of you, you have this Piscean, free-flowing spirituality, occult, science, things of that nature. So then that will make sense of why they are also showing me the color violet. But then, as I told you before, within the color violet, they're saying the brain. So we're dealing with higher centers with you. And then the color white is definitely dealing with purity, and I guess helping you to balance out the mind. Tell her to find out what helps her to balance out or to ground herself, and that's where the brown is coming in. Brown is grounding, the earth tone, earth energy. What is your favorite color?
What's my what?
Favorite color.
My favorite color is black. Has been for a long time. Then I started shifting to green.
Green. Green means a lot. Green means abundance. Green means prosperity. Green means love. you know, good fortune and things of that nature. But in any event, I don't know, they just said ask her what's her favorite color, so then perhaps it's just a question being asked. But in any situation, my love, I am also seeing you, rites of passage is what they're saying. I see you being initiated in some type of ritualistic or some type of, you know, and I'm going to allow you to express yourself, but I see you being initiated in some type of, I guess, spiritual system. I don't know if it's Kemetic, I don't know if it's astrology, I don't know if it's just you on a spirit realm where you're going through different phases in your life and you're just getting closer and closer to your God self, you know, your God particle. I'm also seeing
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's where, but I'm seeing, you know, more so like a cape, like a white cape. You have been given this white cape. I see that the white cape has been given to you. And that is like during, you know, when graduation, that, okay, then that's what it is. That's a graduation for you, where you're stepping up to different levels and different levels and levels and levels. You have to understand that you identify also with the the energy of I am. That is Aries. Aries is I am, and I am that I am. You are that I am, and we dealing with universal principles at that. And then two, if you also identify with Pisces, Pisces is known as the mama in a sense, as the universe, as the psychic ones, as the spiritual ones, as the deceptive ones as well. Being very indecisive at times, and there you go again with the right brain and the left brain, understanding where you want to go, and mapping things out perfectly fine. Like they saying, tell her to get the blueprint. Tell her, give me a second, not to get into everything all at one time, is what they're saying. One thing at a time. If you want to get into spirituality, but I understand what they say when they say if you want to get into spirituality, but in my opinion, spirituality is something that just has to be within you, you know. It's rather you spiritual or you not, you know. It's rather you religious or you not. Did your family come from a religious background?
Yeah, I have a strong religious background, spiritual.
Okay.
I came up through all religions, but like when I say Christianity, and ended up in Pentecostal holiness. But then I expanded from there to go to metaphysical, and so now I'm studying like meditation and you know, just kind of finding my way. I've always been a seeker.
Oh, okay. That's why they talk about the spirituality. So now I understand why they brought up, if you want to get into spirituality, get into spirituality. If you want to get into that, get into that. Because again, like I told you before, your spirit guides is going to, you know, show me things that happened to you in the past, present, future. So we dealing with different timelines here. And then for me, it's like, because I'm at where I'm at, for me, it's like, well, how can somebody get into spirituality? You just have to be. But because you just explained to me that, and you know, you grew up on different levels of religion and things like that, and now you're getting more into the metaphysics and the spirituality, it all makes sense. So moving forward, and then too, that's where the white cape come in, because it's like graduation. You're moving from different levels to different levels to different levels. And as you said before, as you just mentioned before, you said, hey, you know, you always been a seeker. That is I am. That is the universe. That's the occult. You know, you're always seeking the unknown, always seeking what people may say is not possible for you to seek. And then that deals with the number 3 as well. Mind, body, and soul. And remember, I told you everything comes in 3, and you just confirmed that your birthday is March 21st. So we're dealing with 3, the third month. We're dealing with the number 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so everything with you is 3. And then if you also want to boost it up, if you also want to get it to the highest potential, that's the number 9. Higher to good. That's the I am. Higher to your highest source, you know, code within you. That is I am. That is the Aries energy with you. That is the passion. That is the fire that is guiding you through this whole transition, the different transitions in your life. Because as I'm speaking to you now, they're showing me the number 22. So it's definitely the ultimate master number with you. And in one day, give me 1 second. Let me hear what they're saying. What is the projects that you're working on? Are you working on any projects?
Well, as far as work related, or
this is something that you may not even be seeing right now. Give me a second. Let me see. Is this? Yeah. Let me see something. Give me a second, please. Let me see what they're showing me. More so look like charity. Giving back. Like feeding the homeless or something like that, or basically just giving back and helping people to feel comfortable. Have you done that at church, where you did pantries and things like that, or?
Well, yeah, we did outreach when I was in church. That was like a lot of years ago. I did community service at a shelter, but that was like some hours I had to do from a court case, but.
Okay.
I fed the homeless, work with people, but I do feel like my mission in life is to help others.
Yeah, your mission.
Based on what my experiences are.
Yeah, your mission your mission in life is definitely to help others. But like I told you before, your spirit guides is gonna bring me through different timelines. I don't care if it's something that happened to you if you was 2 years old. If it comes up, it comes up. If I'm seeing it, that's why. I'm asking, but in any situation, those different experiences that you've gone through, was like, when you want to start a book, and at one particular part of your life you start to write, but then because you get so much distracted, you just leave the book for a long time, and then you go back to it 5 years ago. But the initial, your spirit, the passion, the first time that you wanted to write that book, that was your spirit talking to you. That was your spirit guiding you on your path of what it is that you need to do. So these different experiences of giving back and loving people, and that charity and pantry stuff that you have been doing subconsciously or consciously, is one of the reasons why you reincarnated back into this lifetime. Is to help, is to heal. And that's why I'm feeling perhaps you may in the near future collaborate with a charity organization or nonprofit, something that will put smiles on people's faces, is what I'm seeing, or what I'm picking up here. And then they're also showing me the color yellow, and they're speaking to me about new beginnings. Definitely. Are you in a relationship?
I'm in something. Something I feel like I need to get out of, and then I've just reconnected with a friend, and that's something I would like to go towards. But I'm proceeding with caution. To be honest.
Proceed with caution, my dear. Proceed with caution, because again, like I just said, they showed me the color yellow, and they're saying new beginnings for her, and it's in relationships.
My gosh.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. In any event, that's when you said I'm in something. I'm like, well, what are you in? Tell me the thing.
I would call it a situationship. How you in something, but it's not a healthy, loving relationship, and but you've done so many things to try to break away, but it's probably some of your own cords, the cords you tied with that person, or just some of your own things you're not looking at yourself.
Right.
Honestly, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well.
Definitely want to let go. And what this new is something new that I've never experienced a healthy, loving relationship. Maybe once, maybe 10, 15 years ago, but. Most of my relationships have been really,
rocky.
Not kind. I just haven't been loving to myself, and I feel like I'm in more of a loving space now. And I'm believing that that's why that person came back. But even that is a little, we're walking. He's still married, but he's getting a divorce. I just said it. So
yeah.
So I'm just That's what I mean by treading lightly.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Because lots of people are in relationship triangles. That's how I would say it. A lot of us are in relationship triangles, and the first and foremost thing that I always recommend people is, listen, you gotta love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you're gonna get in a situation where you're gonna get yourself deeper into a hole that you're not gonna be able to get out of, emotionally wise. And because you resonate with that Piscean energy, we are sucker for loves in a sense. We're very emotional people, and we sacrifice ourselves for a lot. Okay, that's number one. Number two, right? Number two, I will have to say this: if it does not give you a sense of pleasure, then it's not real. If it gives you, if you have to struggle, if you have to strive, if it's anxiety, if it's tension, then it's false. Then it's false. Just being for real. Just looking at the situation, just looking at your situation and how you feel about it. If you gotta struggle, if you striving, if it's tension, let it go. Just let it go.
That's exactly what it is.
you exactly. That's why
you trying to make it. It's just not. It doesn't flow at all.
You perhaps, and again, my love, this is a situation where you got to reach out to Yemaya, the goddess Yemaya, and she deals with healing, and she deals with relationships and things of that nature. I always recommend my clients, I have Yemaya Babs on my site, because the water energy helps with gaining emotional power, because we're dealing with emotions. You get what I'm saying? The fire energy is burning incense and stuff like that. But anything dealing with relationships and having to let go, I always recommend 1, baths, and 2, affirmations. Daily affirmations. I release you into the light. I release you into the universe. I bless you on your path. People come into your life for 2 different reasons. People come into your life so, 1, that they can bless you or learn something from you, or 2, you can bless and learn, and 2, that you can bless and you can learn from. Once you have blessed them, or once you have learned something from them, it's now time for you to go your separate ways. And I also know that the Creator, the Mother Creator, brings people into your life so that you can love them, or that they can love you. Now, once the situation becomes other than love, guess what? It's time for him to go. If it's not loving, if at the beginning of this relationship it was loving, but if it's not loving, my dear, it's time to go and bless him into the ether so that he can find his love elsewhere. But it's not from you, because that experience or that assignment of love has expired. And then 2, now look what you're getting into. Okay, you're getting into now a situation with a man that has not fully yet been divorced from his marriage. So he still has a bond. He still has an attachment with somebody. I don't care if he's saying he don't love this person, he don't do this. He is still in a situation. So now the question to you is, do you even want to get in a relationship with somebody that is just getting out of one? You feel me?
And we talked about that. I said, I feel like you need to take, once your divorce is final, you need to take some time for yourself. And I need to do the same thing coming out of mine,
Exactly.
If we want to be really good to each other, we want to do it, solid.
Exactly, because again, like your spirit guide said, yellow, the color yellow was coming up, and yellow, definitely yellow always, in my opinion, it's like, springtime, blossoming, new ideas, new things coming about. But then 2, we are also in the cycle of I know. And a lot of people are getting closer to their godhood. A lot of people are getting closer to the highest good inside of them. So for those that does not serve them any good, it's time to close out that chapter. Also, we are also in the cycle of the number 9. Number 9. So to close, only to start something again, new again. Closing out one chapter, you close out one chapter. You know when you read a book, chapter 1 is done. Now you're going to start chapter 2. That's it. That's the number 9. That's the number 9. Ending, new beginnings. It takes 9 months for a child to be born, to come out, to be born again. But it has to go through these different steps and transitions, and that's why your spirit guides showed me that white cape where you're going through different transitions. You're graduating on a spiritual level. You just have to take the proper steps, my love. You just have to take the proper steps. When was the last time you took a spiritual bath?
It's been a few weeks. I had I would say probably in March. It might have been March.
Oh, that's months.
When I say a few weeks, I was in Atlanta, and I was attending a retreat. So
okay.
Either March or April, but yeah, I've been feeling the need to take another bath.
Oh yeah.
But I should do it a lot more frequently than that, I'm sure. Based on your response.
I mean, only because you're going through something, only because only because you're in transition, only because you're in class.
Yes.
Only because you're in the class of release. Only for you to be healed again or receive that internal balance. They go that mind and the mind and the brain thing coming up again, in between two realms. So only because you're going through this particular transition is why I'm recommending you to take the Yemaya bath. I only could recommend you what I know. If you know something, then you do what you know. But me, definitely Yemaya is good, and the way I prepare it, I prepare her baths with special leaves, so which are very magical and loving, in my opinion. I love preparing Yemaya baths. But besides,
so there's a specific formula or regimen for Yemaya. I mean, I know of her. I just knew about going to the river and on that aspect.
Well, you can do however you want to do with Yemaya. You get what I'm saying? If you know a way to contact her, or a way to go about her, or receiving blessings from her, by all means, get with her, because this is someone, a deity that will help you, or you should activate during this time of help, or during this time of healing, during this time of letting go. So if you, like I said, it doesn't have to be with me, but if you know how to contact her.
No, I was asking, I'm more open to, what do you can just tell me, what kind of things I need to get to put in the bath, or if it's something I get from you?
Yeah,
just let me know.
Right, it's something that you would get from me, every time, which is on my site. But every time that I do prepare a bath for a client, I always channel. I always channel the information. So your spirit guides me when preparing these baths. Put this in it, put that in it. This is what she will need. Blah blah blah. Because it's a whole ritual. Yeah, it's a whole ritual with me. But like I said to you before, besides the bath, you definitely have to say affirmations and let speak it out, get it out into the universe, passively, or rather emotionally, or rather lovingly release this man out of your life. That's it. No tension, no anger, no aggression, just loving, and let it go. Speak to the universe, and that will help you to release. That would definitely help you to release.
And see, there's really no anger, or it's more, I haven't spoken to him in probably a week, because I've been talking with my other friend, and it's almost like I'm avoiding the conversation. I'd rather not just fade to black and he never hear from me again, because I feel like that's kind of unkind.
Right.
But I'm not really, I don't know if I'm prepared. I don't know what I'm avoiding about the conversation, but I don't know what I would say, or if I find out that I'm feel like I'm still connected to him in some way, and it's hard to let go. It's just
that's what I'm saying.
Kind of
that's the tension. That's the tension that I'm talking about. It's tense.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's the tension that I'm talking about. It's stagnated. It's stagnated stuff. He lives with you?
No, we don't live together, but it's been on and off for 6 years. And,
yeah.
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 But there's a lot of, I wouldn't call it a committed relationship. It's more of a, they've never felt that I was faithful to them. I've gone through a lot of transformation during that 6 years, and he just happened to be the person that had the front row seat to me, I'm into transformation, some metaphysical principles and, spiritual, yoni egg meditation. I mean, you know what I mean? Doing ritual ayahuasca. There's things I've done and he's traditionally Christian. So, but even with my sexuality, right? Exploring my sexuality and freedom and finding my way in that. I mean, he's just been kind of a witness to all of that. So I'm not sure, he's just not been able to digest.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to digest.
My changes. Huh?
I said, yeah, he hasn't been able to digest, and that's the whole thing. He has come into your life so that you can learn something from him, and he can learn something from you. So it may not be so much of a blessing, but it took you 6 years to learn valuable points. He was part of your journey, because the universe is not the universe does not put people into your life if you're not going to benefit from them or learn something from them. Nothing. It won't even happen. That's the reason why now that assignment has expired. He's learned enough. He learned enough. You've learned enough. You got what I'm saying? You got all that you wanted from him. He got all that he wanted from you. Now it's time for you to go your separate ways and find your good elsewhere. And it's okay. Definitely okay.
Yep. I can breathe.
Yeah, you can breathe now, my love.
It's been kind of weighing heavily on me.
Yes,
I know. I want to keep the focus on, okay, don't derail your progress because this new person is in your life. But at the same token, you know where you've grown to, and you can't keep choosing this other the 6-year person. You can't keep choosing that. That would be like contradictory to what you're learning about yourself and what you know.
Wait,
to
my
be
love.
A loving choice.
Wait, my love. You was planning on getting back with him? You wasn't.
This is how it happened. I was still with him. Like we haven't broken up officially. He just hasn't heard from me in a week.
Oh.
But what happened is, a week ago, I got a call from my best friend of 20 years that I've always had feelings for, but I kept them a secret because he got married. And back then, it was like, let me ask the Lord to take the feelings away. You know how church, Christian, whatever. This is not right. I shouldn't be feeling this way. So I prayed and asked God to take the feelings away. And I never shared it with him. But, a conversation kind of blossomed into me sharing that, but, him kind of feeling that way. And I guess his marriage, he said they're getting divorced. It should be like 2 or 3 months, but I don't know. I don't even know that. My point is, that's kind of the window that we had to be able to express our feelings for each other.
Now, okay, that's cool. Now let's talk sister to sister now. Now,
okay.
let's talk sister to sister now. So now, okay, fine. You're separating yourself from a 6-year marriage. I would say that's a marriage too, because that's a bond. Anytime you have sexual relations with anybody, that's considered a marriage, a matrimony between two souls. Okay, so now you are removing yourself or separating yourself from one spiritual relationship, and then you're going into a direction where you are aligning yourself with another, right? Okay, now, okay, so hear me out. Now, this person that you align your spirit, your soul with, is he into spirituality? Is he into metaphysics? Is he into the unknown? Is he into chakra meditation? Is he into higher consciousness? Is he into all of the spiritual practices that you are doing? Or want to... My love?
No, we've talked about that, and
my love.
That's not an issue, but we believe differently. But but he says that's not going to keep him from pursuing me.
So go on the journey ride and see what happens. But you keep that in mind. If that's what your spirit is, you laughing?
I'm more like, sometimes there's a reason for it. Why is he even there? What is the purpose for me just to say go away? It just, and if that's my test, then I'll go in and do that. It's just, that's really the hard part for me. My heart would just be, I'm already like getting teary-eyed to think about having to say goodbye to him. Or, look, we can't go in this direction. We can still be friends. But even then, it's like, that's the only place it's going to develop. Is us continue to be friends. It's going to continue to, develop this relationship further.
Now let me ask, do you believe in the laws of attraction? Let me help you out.
The law of attraction?
Yeah, let me help you out. Okay, let me help you out. Okay. Do you not desire to be in a loving relationship with someone that looks like you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So do you not believe?
And I felt like he was that. I felt like he was the answer to all I've been believing for and building for.
Right. And so you attracted this man into your life. So it's not a matter of, so why is he in my life? So why you attracted him into your life? You guys aligned because you guys were both of you was resonating on the same frequency. That's just like you both watching Channel 7, watching the same channel because you're interested in the same thing. You desired the same thing. So it's not a matter of why he. Okay, so why is he in my life? He's in your life because you both attracted each other into your life. That's it. Now, what you do from him coming into your life, that's something different. But the reason why he's in your life is because you attracted him into your life, and you have the choice if he's in your life or not. You do have the choice. If you choose for him to not be in your life, then guess what? He won't. But if you choose that he stays in your life and you go on this journey with him, my love, then that's what's going to be.
I see. Because it's law of attraction, but there's still, my own free will to choose.
Right.
How this plays out, or how,
Exactly.
I see what you're saying. I was caught up in that thinking law of attraction. This is just how it's happening, and I don't necessarily have a control or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
I don't have a choice, but, that it's happening because of, what I'm vibrating on at the time.
Right. And then too, think about it like that. Think about it like this. You guys both felt unfulfilled. You can look at it. All right, let me hit you with this one. You both desire to be in a loving relationship, so boom, one can say, all right, laws of attraction in that way, but then you can also say, because both of you were not happy in the current relationship that you're in, you both attract each other in that way. The lower self.
I see.
He's not happy in his marriage. Right. He's not happy in his marriage. You're not happy in your marriage. Y'all both watching the Channel 4 of unhappiness. You feel me?
Yes, you're making it plain. You're making it clear.
You feel me?
Oh my God.
So then boom, both people that are unhappy or unfulfilled in one relationship now gets in another relationship, but they feel like, oh, this is everything that I wanted. No. It may not be. It may not be. The reason why it feels good is because you was in a state of unfulfillment. And now it's something new. It's a new beginning for you. You see. So now it's like spring chicken.
Well, it's really better than anything I've experienced. That's the and I guess that comes from getting some discernment and getting quiet and really hearing, okay, do I go left, do I go right? or do I stay still? Because when I say the definition of my relationships have been more like cautionary tales, like this is what not to do. You know, even though I learned lessons from them, they just, you know, the men I attracted in my life were not kind to me.
Right.
But I wasn't being kind to myself either, you know?
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is his sign?
What's my sign? He's April 20th, so
he's
I would
when?
imagine he's for...
What is his sign? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
I think April 20th is, I think that's the Aries deal on the Western. I'm not sure if it's Pisces. I think it's still Aries on Vedic. I haven't looked it up.
Well, Western astrology, that would be considered Aries. Yeah.
Aries, yes.
Yeah, Aries, you know, they something else. I know a few Aries, you know, very high sex drive. You know, they can be manipulative as well. Let me tell you another thing that I've noticed in all Aries, that they if something ain't going right with them, they gonna cut you off. They don't know how to express themselves the way their companionship or their lover will want them to. And again, I'm not saying this goes for all Aries. I'm just saying the Aries that I know, their with relationships, the way they communicate, that's it. It's like if you're not telling them, or if you know, and this is not to dent your thoughts on him, but this is, like I said, it's just something that I've came across. If they don't like what you're saying, or they you know, if it goes against them, it's like big babies, spoiled babies. It's like, forget it. No, I don't want it, and I'm gonna hold a grudge. So.
Well, you know, I have some of that aspect as well, so I can identify a person. Right? That shit ain't working. I can short circuit something real quick.
Yeah.
But this was different just because of, you know, deeper ties we had, the 6-year relationship. I kept coming back.
Right.
I broke up about 100 times. You know, in the 6 years. You know, but
oh, you see.
I feel you on that. Yeah. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back in a week or two. You know. So it was one of those things.
Right.
Very choppy. But no, this is what I was looking for. Because trust me, this has been weighing on me ever since we reconnected.
My love, it's gonna come up with me. I said it's gonna come up with me. With me, it's gonna come up. I don't know about anybody else, but with me, if it's affecting your spirit and your soul, remember what I told you at the beginning of this session. I said if it's affecting your spirit, it's going to come up.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. So, my love, this session has been recorded. As soon as I get a chance, as soon as I get a chance, I would definitely send you a copy. You know, once I upload it and stuff. I have I'm gonna say I have 1,000 more. I have 1,000 videos to edit. So just give me, you know, just be a little patient with me, and I'm gonna definitely, you know, send this out to you so you can go over it. You know, probably catch certain things that you didn't catch during the cycle, because I do know that you're at work. So you're trying to, you know, balance the two out. So again, my love, I'll send this copy to you as soon as possible, okay?
I appreciate that.
Okay.
That's not something sometimes we think about. Man, I wish I had recorded it. So I can remember you for stuff, because you be like in the moment. You know?
Right. And please feel free to recommend me to anyone that will benefit from my services.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I do appreciate your time.
Oh, yes, my love. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.